Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weeknights, and we are back once again. I knew something was coming. That's why I paused. I said, "Hold on, she gonna do something." I
Uh,
ta-da! I am JD, aka He Who Pods,
and I,
aka. I mean, you didn't even let me finish. I got the glasses on.
sorry.
Mm, mm. AKA Rearview Mirror.
And I'm Dash, aka Dashing D, aka the real king of R&B.
Yeah.
I have some other aliases that I can't remember anymore, but
AKA Cool Grandma, but not really.
not really.
AKA Poof
Ow.
Vamoose.
Right, Poof Vamoose. I have actually vamoosed a bit recently, so that still applies. But yeah, this is weeknights.
Yes. And so we must start with sad news.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are forgetful. And so, because we didn't pod Monday when the news was fresh on our brains, we did not pod at all about Fatman Scoop yesterday.
Yeah. That was definitely a miss on our part.
Yes, it was. Excuse me for sneezing.
Bless you.
Thanks. Yeah, so we didn't pod at all about Fat Man Scoop. That was a misstep on our part, definitely. And so Fat Man Scoop passed over the weekend.
Yeah.
Um, really sad stuff. I have not seen his autopsy report or reason for passing as of yet. Um, I am intrigued about it. Um, More so because I'm into the health and fitness stuff, but um, this is just a really sad situation. I also don't like that we all were able to see the video. I think things like that you should keep that to yourself. You should delete it.
Yeah.
I
I don't
just,
know why people share stuff like that.
yeah, someone sent me the video and I clicked on it and was like, oh, why did I click on this?
Right.
And then,
And I also don't understand why people send those videos and don't give a warning when they send it.
right.
I don't know. I feel like whoever the original person is taking the video, and I'm sure it's multiple people. It was a concert. Um, it's nasty work. Like, just that's a human's life.
Yeah, because you're at a concert, you're gonna be recording. That's fine. I'm not saying the person recording did something wrong in recording. I was
No,
at a concert recently with my daughter. If something would have happened, God forbid, to one of them, I probably would have had it on camera just because I was recording stuff.
of course.
But posting it on your Facebook or your YouTube or whatever is kind of crazy, especially like
Yeah.
it just happened.
Literally just happened. It wasn't even like a month went by or whatever, however long. I don't know. I don't know what the I don't know what the right time frame is for that. I don't think there
Yeah.
is one. Um, but yeah, I never like seeing people in distress on video. I hate seeing that being shared on the internet. I hate when people send me things like that.
Right.
Um, it's just kind of frustrating to me. But I guess that's the world we live in, where people are going to share no matter what we say about it, no matter what we think of it. But just the other day, I was listening to a podcast where the host was like, "I have asked people multiple times not to send me videos that are traumatic,
Yeah.
and people continue to forward me videos that are traumatic." And it's like,
Yeah. It's really weird.
I don't think we as a people, like, I don't think we realize how um, desensitized we are becoming to just basic human decency.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's a whole reason for that, a topic for another time. But yeah, I agree. I don't think most people are realizing that we are extremely desensitized to these things. Um, But anyway, to bring it back to Fat Man Scoop, just want to say R.I.P. to this legendary producer, DJ, performer. Hip hop
Yeah.
definitely lost an icon again, and he was 53, I think.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
I just want to say one thing, and I know this is very sad, and I'm just as sad as the next person. I think that I don't know how you listen to music without knowing about that.
Neighbors. Oh, that's a car. That's actually a car driving by.
I don't know how you listen to hip hop without um, hearing Fat Man Scoop. I don't know how you go to the club without hearing Fat Man Scoop. I feel like uh, all of us had a moment where we were in the streets, and if you were in the streets,
You heard
Fat
Fat
Man
Man Scoop.
Scoop was definitely a part of it. So the one thing I would just like to say is, all the chicken heads, be quiet.
Right. Exactly. If you got a $20 bill, make noise. Yep. That's a fact.
I think I only have like $3 bills in my wallet, but it's fine. I've got money in the bank.
You ain't got no money in the bank.
She be acting,
I
she be
never knew the
walking
next
around
words.
acting all stank.
I never knew. I never liked it enough to learn the words. I just know that
Why are
part.
you trying to save that girl? That's right. Why are you trying to save that girl? I don't know. But yeah, I just want to say all the chicken heads be quiet and
R.I.P.
listen.
to Fat Man Scoop.
That mix will forever be in our hearts and our heads. And
Right.
obviously, that is not his only contribution, but I just feel like that is the thing that you think of
Yeah.
when, you know, if she a Gemini, two sides, because, you know, Gemini. But just, um, yeah, you can hear
Now
that.
everyone knows your secret.
I wear a chain all the time that says Gemini. I'm pretty sure people know my secret.
That's funny.
Um, but yeah,
Now,
so very sad. And, you know, rest in peace and thoughts and prayers to his family and
right.
his loved
I agree. Yes. And I'm sorry I had to see that video in real time because I can't even imagine what that's like.
ones. Yeah, that's just so traumatic.
Yeah.
Just watching it
Um.
gave me chills.
Yeah. Now something that did not give me chills. 50 Cent was on $1 million worth of game, and he spoke about having the opportunity to sign Designer, and he said he did not sign Designer
Who did
because
you say?
Designer,
Designer?
if you say so.
Because it's got two eyes.
Yeah. And so 50 Cent said he didn't sign that guy because he only had the one song, Panda.
Panda,
And
panda,
so,
panda, panda. I got broads in Atlanta.
yeah. And
I
so
didn't.
Designer decided to respond. And he dropped a, I'm going to do air quotes here for those who are not listening, those who are listening but not watching. He dropped a diss record, quote unquote, in response to 50 Cent and said, it's another hit. And I just want to say that other hit did not give me chills.
And it's not a hit at all.
And so we've both heard it, and I'm going
It's
to
a
let you
hit
start
dog
this one off.
hollering, is what it is.
That was it? That's the only thought?
Is it? I mean, you drank. I thought you were coming. I thought
I
you were
said I'm
coming
going to let
back
you
with
start
some.
this one off, and then
Oh, I didn't
pop
even.
the top.
I was too busy saying what I was saying because I didn't want to miss the opportunity to. I didn't even realize you threw it to me. My bad, y'all. It's been a Wednesday that feels like Monday. I'm sorry. So anyway, yeah, it just sounded like a hit dog hollering. First of all, I know that men. I know that people say bitch these days. Like, I know that bitch is not out of the conversation. It's not away from the art, and that's fine. Like, I don't. It's not fine. It just is what it is. I don't really think about it. But this annoyed me. He kept referring to bitches, and I was just like, first of all, are you challenging 50 Cent to a duel? Because if you are, and the best thing that you could do is say bitch, is
Too.
ridiculous. But also, like, this is corny for multiple reasons. The bitch thing made it corny, but also just like, it was just corny. Like, it wasn't good. It was ungood. I just. First of all, I didn't even remember this man. I saw him. I said, oh, that's the Panda guy. I remember Panda. He's right. Panda was a hit.
And Timmy Turner.
Yeah, but I remember that less.
Okay.
But I do remember it. I don't want to make it seem like I don't remember, but like I can't recall to memory right now how Timmy Turner sounds exactly, which
I
is
can
fine.
understand that.
But I just, what is, first of all, why y'all keep, okay, I have so many thoughts in my head, excuse me. The first one is, why y'all? And I say y'all because it's not just him. Wasn't it Diddy's son who was trying to challenge 50 Cent some months ago?
Pick a side.
50 Cent. 50 Cent is going to demolish you boys. Okay?
He's not gonna respond.
I understand that. But one day he's going to be bored. One day all the shows are going to be out of production or something. They're going to be on hiatus for a week. And 50 Cent is not going to have much to do. And he's going to be sipping on his water or his green juice or whatever it is he drinks to stay hydrated and healthy. And he's going to get online and he's going to demolish them. He's not going to do much. He's not going to lift much of a finger. I don't mean he's going to step in the booth and make a diss track about them. He's going to publicly demolish them.
Oh, he did that already to Diddy's son.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. People keep doing this. I don't know what y'all expect. Now, I actually do respect the bravery, okay? Because I would never want to go toe to toe with 50 Cent. 50 Cent could hurt your feelings in one fell swoop. We all know that. I don't always agree with what he says or his tactics or whatnot. It's just a fact.
Right.
That's the first thing. The second thing is, if you're going to diss anybody, make it good.
Okay.
The third thing is, y'all gotta stop with the diss tracks this year. Y'all gotta stop.
Nah.
Because again, a lot of them are ungood.
Ungood. Okay. Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got. Because there's not a lot to say about this. It wasn't good.
Okay.
I don't know what he thought he was doing with bitch here, bitch there, bitch everywhere. Like, sir, no. And this was the first time in a long time. I wished, has nothing to do with him, but I wished that you would have surprised me on the pod and played it.
Nah.
because,
Nah. This ain't it.
because me in my bathroom, you know, trying to brush my hair, I'm like, what is
Maybe the next diss, I'll play it for you in real time.
Oh my goodness, I said this would have been fun to do on the pod because I just don't understand and what is this?
Yeah. Maybe the next one. Maybe the next
Lenny
diss that
Williams
comes
did a
out.
better job with that song about his mistress. Anyway, let's move on.
I would like to say something about this topic too, if that's okay.
I meant let's move on from me. I didn't mean let's move on from the topic.
Oh, okay. Right. First of all, this record needs to be recorded. in the studio in WAV or MP3 format for us to listen to.
That's
You
real.
rapping in your car is not a diss record. It may be a diss response. It may be a
Okay.
diss freestyle.
Yeah.
Also, we could see you're reading it off your phone.
He
Okay.
read that? I didn't even realize he was reading. Oh my gosh, it was bad. And he
And
was
so
reading it?
I would suggest I don't battle. I don't. But if I did, I would know that I'm about to be under extreme scrutiny. I'm
Right.
about to be under a microscope. Everything that's going on in whatever content I release via the this will be under a microscope. And so I would want to put my best foot forward. I think he's about to kick the camera. I'm about to say, go ahead, let me see.
No, that was me
Let me see
putting
your
my
kung
best
fu
foot
skills.
forward.
So I would consider that if I was going to rap in my car and diss somebody. I don't even have a car, but if I was going to rap in a car, that's one of the things I would consider when dissing someone. And as my co-host said, dissing 50 Cent is not a wise decision because 50 Cent got a lot of free time. And 50 Cent will take to the Twitters to destroy you, to hurt your feelings, to humiliate you, to gaslight you, all of the above. And so I don't know why you did this. I also think people's egos are very fragile today. No one can speak on a podcast or just share their opinion without artists responding via record. Why don't you go on another podcast and respond that way, or go on that same podcast and go back that way? Or he actually did the right thing first and just spoke to the people. That was smart. That was cool.
Right. Speak your piece. There's
But
nothing wrong with
but
that.
but if you're gonna drop music, perhaps take time to craft and curate something that will be enjoyable instead of something that would just prove his point.
And that's exactly what it did. I was like, I wouldn't sign you either. And I'm the real king of R&B.
Right. That's all I got.
Me too.
Now I know you're the king of R&B,
Yep.
and I would like to know where in your family is Maxwell?
He's in the legends category, I think.
In your no, but in your kingdom of you're the king. So where?
Right. He's a legend in the kingdom.
Got it. Well,
Yeah.
that legend just did a Tiny Desk a week or so ago, and clips have been everywhere. And so you got it, folks. I know you wanted it. This is our Maxwell Tiny Desk review
What happened?
for you.
The streets was asking for it.
I know they wanted it.
They were hitting your line.
Nah, they weren't. But I know it's sarcasm. I know people don't like my Tiny Desk reviews because I don't like Tiny Desk, and so I know people are not excited that we're about to do this, but we're about to do this, y'all. And so let me start if you don't mind.
Oh no, I was gonna suggest you start.
Okay, good. So I really appreciate Maxwell and the way he did this. He seemed to be coming from a very uh, gratuitous, thankful, appreciative place. I think it was cute that he was up there like, man, I was just so nervous and, trying to just boost up this platform and what they do for artists. And also the fact that, as he said, quote, you can't lie up here. The music cannot lie.
Right.
And also, real quick, as a side note, an asterisk, an aside, a joke. Can somebody please buy Maxwell glasses that don't fall? Because every 2 seconds, poor Maxwell had to keep adjusting his lovely lenses, his frames, his shades.
Maybe you left the other ones at home or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It kept falling. I felt bad. I was like, man, poor Maxwell. I think Maxwell did an amazing job of this performance. With this performance, he showed his vocal range. He kind of did some whisper singing for you. He did some bellowing out. I think he did a great job with this performance. I think he did a great job showing off his personality. He gave y'all dance moves standing and sitting. Um, Now, I will say, I do have to say one thing about Tiny Desk. I'm a little confused about what's going on over there because a lot of artists have come there and tried to get crowd participation, and no one has been involved. No one has participated. But somehow, everyone there, and it seemed like there were a lot of people for this one. I gotta tell you, it sounded like a packed house, a packed desk, if you will, and it was a lot of people there that knew all the words. And I said, man, what a cheat code is going on? Because maybe Maxwell is just that fire that all the staff knew it. And maybe Jeezy and the Locks and everyone else that we've seen recently were not as fly. I don't know. Perhaps Maxwell is just the exact type of music that staff loves. But I said, man, Maxwell has gotten the most crowd participation I have probably ever seen on the Tiny Desk. Because even Usher, it wasn't the whole crowd. Not like that. This was the whole crowd singing at the top of their lungs.
Now, I did recently learn that they can invite people who are local to them, um, the artists.
Right.
So,
So you think the Maxwell fan club was reached out to?
what I'm saying is there probably were a sprinkling of people who know him or who were invited by him and his
Got
camp.
it. Okay.
Especially because he's NPR is in DC, and he's from New York, so hop, skip, and a jump for his people to be there, right? I did learn that recently. Also, I think it might be the demographic of employees, because the first thing I thought when they started singing along with him was, "Oh, there must be a lot of black women in the audience."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think sometimes that shows. Like with Usher, even though maybe people weren't as loud or there weren't as many voices, and that could just be the day that it happened. I mean, we don't. This is happening in people's workplace, so there could just be could have been a day where there was a lot going on with the company and a lot of people couldn't go. It could be that simple. But I also feel like when he did it, he engaged people, and you could tell that again there were people in the audience who seemed to fit a certain demographic.
Right.
I also don't watch all Tiny Desks, so I don't know what that looks like when Zendaya does it, or when Miley Cyrus does it, or I don't know that she's ever done it, but I know Lizzo's done it. I don't know what that looks like because I haven't seen it, and I know there are a bunch of non-black artists that have done it that I have not seen because
Okay.
that's just not my ministry. But so yeah, I'm not sure. As far as the crowd participation goes, I feel like if I consistently watched it every time they did one, then I could make a better assessment of that. But I do think it speaks to how popular Maxwell has been over the years, and
Right.
I know his career today is different just because so much time has passed. But when Maxwell was at his peak, I mean, Maxwell was dropping them panties.
You know, Maxwell still is dropping them panties, and I think that was extremely clear at Tiny Desk.
Yes, I agree with that, but I'm just saying this is not the height of his career.
Got it.
At the height of his career, like Maxwell was giving out a business, So I'm not surprised that people will be, and listen, he shouted out the millennials
Yep.
because of, there were some rumblings about Pretty Wings among the Gen Zers a while back. And so he did address that.
I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. I figured it was TikTok.
Yeah, I think it was the TikTokification of Pretty Wings, but I can't remember exactly what the issue was because I normally don't pay attention to things like that. But so I can't remember exactly what happened, but I do know that it was becoming a topic of conversation. It was around the time, well, I think people still do this, but I think there was a period of time in the last few years where people were like going back to songs from like, I guess when we were young and tearing them apart and talking about how terrible they were and how toxic they were. I
Right.
think this was one. I think Pretty
Yeah, the
Wings was one of
toxic
those.
music thing is still happening. People are still posting music and saying like, "Oh no, I didn't realize how toxic this was until today. Y'all see this? Oh my god, it's crazy that they said that. How do we let them get away with this toxic shit?"
Right, but this got even deeper because it was the Gen Zers who were like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are terrible. You millennials are terrible people."
All
It
right,
wasn't
well,
even I didn't. It wasn't even I didn't know. It was more of y'all are terrible because y'all allowed this to happen.
all right, fuck them. Anyway, back to Tiny Desk.
Not even gonna call us old in the comments.
So what? Fuck them. I mean, whatever. Back to Tiny Desk.
I know,
Yeah, I figured it
but
was some TikTok bullshit he was addressing, and that's fine. Um, I thoroughly enjoyed this. I thought him doing the Al Green song was great. He bodied it. He did great. He seemed extremely happy to be there, very into the performance. I thought that
very.
was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was over, I said, man, I could have watched more of this.
Oh, here we
Um,
go.
but I was satiated with, no, I'm gonna be honest. I was satiated by the amount of time given. I said,
Okay.
this was good. This was great. I would watch this again. I did
Yeah,
not feel like, hey, I got gypped. And maybe that's why it was 30 minutes.
it was
Um,
great.
I still don't know why some people get 30 minutes and some people get 12, but I'm not going to say that every time we review one. And so that's it for me. I was happy to see this. I'm glad Maxwell is getting some shine. And I would like to applaud Tiny Desk for their output. They are, the last year or two, have been nonstop with putting out just, performance after performance. And
Yeah.
they've done a great job. Oh, and last thing I'll say, his band did a phenomenal job as
So
well.
good.
And shout out to the brother that was smiling the whole time he was singing backup. The whole time that man was smiling as he was singing. He was very happy to be there.
Yeah, it was great. Oh my gosh, I loved every moment of it. This is probably one of the best ones I've seen in a while. Um, there were some in between that I did not like, by some of my favorite artists, honestly. But this was great. I loved this. I was like, give me more of this. And his personality, I just love his personality. I think it was super cool that he was so engaging.
Yep.
I wasn't even bothered by the fact that the people in the audience were singing his song because that's something I don't like. Because they weren't singing it because he wanted them to. They were singing it because
Because
they
that's their
wanted
shit.
to. Yeah, and I thought it was so cool the first time it happened when he got so like overwhelmed by it. And he kind of looked around like, "Oh my gosh, wait! So y'all just going, okay?
Right.
Y'all are singing my okay? Oh, y'all know all the words, okay?" I think that's cool, and I think that also speaks to the fact that he's an artist who has had a long career, and it's nice to today feel recognized, even by that small cluster of people. That is probably the scariest audience to go in front of because you don't know if they're
Right.
your fans. You don't know if they're gonna like what you do. You have no idea what the reaction is gonna be. They could stay completely silent if they want to be,
Yep.
and you can't really say much. Buster Rhymes, but yeah. So I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic. Um, I knew it had to be good because my mom don't really do a whole lot of YouTube stuff. But mom hit me and was like, I don't know if you were planning on watching Maxwell on Tiny Desk, but you should watch it. I said, oh, okay, girl.
She
Well, I'm gonna
piqued
check
her
it
interest.
out. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. She was trying to put me on. I said, oh, okay. Well, it was on my list.
Right.
But now that you said you saw it and you liked it, I'm gonna make sure I really do watch it.
Right.
So your girl was trying to hold me down. So I appreciate that.
I tell you, best mom ever.
Right. So anyway, that's what we got for y'all. If you haven't seen it, definitely a must watch.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I liked it. And I thought he looked good too. So yeah, I might have to check out his show.
I hear that.
Yep.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, listening, all of that. And we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.